Hello, I'm Paul Robbins Jr., and I'll be speaking on behalf of the project team, which also includes Annie Cull and Amy Sousa. I'm pleased to take you through an analysis of TD Bank's Money Matters Corporate Social Responsibility Program. We've structured this analysis around the elements of a complete communication action plan. Budget considerations have been omitted from this review, though we recognize it would be a required component for management to make final decisions. References have been included in the speaker's notes section of this presentation and summarized at the end in order to enhance readability. Toronto-Dominion Bank is the sixth largest bank in North America, with more than 25 million customers at its branch locations and an additional 11 million online. In the Canadian financial industry, TD Bank is consistently ranked second in terms of assets or market capitalization, just behind the Royal Bank of Canada or RBC. While those two banks are squarely in positions 1 and 2, right on their heels are the Bank of Nova Scotia, or Scotiabank, the Bank of Montreal, and the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, which is in 5th place. Banking is among the most important sectors in Canada's overall economy. Banks took 4 of the 5 top spots on the most valuable Canadian brand survey released in 2017 by the consultancy firm Brand Finance. And lest you think it's all roses in Canada, Canadian companies such as Lululemon and BlackBerry have been consistently losing brand value according to the same report. So TD Bank finds itself in a very competitive landscape. In this competitive world of Canadian finance, sustainability can be an important differentiator. Since 2005, a Toronto-based magazine and research firm has compiled their Global 100, a list of the world's most sustainable companies. They spend about 1,000 hours a year analyzing companies with market values of at least $2 billion across 14 factors. The slide shows a few of the ways that companies are leading in sustainability, distinguishing themselves from the rest. As you can see, the Global 100 companies are leading on several key CSR fronts, like accountability, board diversity, and energy efficiency. Why is this important? We can see that just below. A recent Society for Human Resources Management study found companies with strong sustainability practices had 55% better morale, 43% more efficient business practices, and 43% stronger public image. This is why sustainability is becoming a core process for major companies across the world. So how is TD Bank doing against a sustainability measuring stick? Very well. Only 3 banks in Canada have made the Global 100 list since it was first compiled in 2005. As you can see, RBC has the longest track record. However, beginning in 2009, TD Bank has been included frequently. The Bank of Montreal seems to be gaining some momentum as well, with 4 consecutive years of inclusion. So how is TD Bank maintaining its sustainability leadership edge, and how is it communicating this value to its stakeholders? In their 2015 Corporate Responsibility Report, TD Bank does an incredible job of explaining their value chain. The image from page 2 of that report is on this slide. While it might be tempting to think of a bank or financial service as having less sustainability impact because they do not have a traditional supply chain, they do have operational and consumption impacts to consider. TD Bank has a broader view of its responsibilities that include not only shareholders, but many other constituencies, like employees, suppliers, customers, local community, and other special interests. This is key to CSR well done. Banks are coming under extra scrutiny as CSR scholars and legal practitioners now recognize the financial industry's critical role in allocating capital to other business sectors, primarily in infrastructure development and natural resource exploitation. In other words, there is the basic level of responsibility to be sustainable in the bank's own operations, but there's potentially even more important role in banks considering the full breadth of stakeholders when financing commercial projects. These concerns, in TD's broad view, are why their CSR strategy is built on 4 themes derived from the organization's overall vision. Those themes are responsible banking, building an extraordinary workplace, being an environmental leader, and strengthening our communities. The rest of this analysis focuses on the Money Matters program, which is part of TD Bank's commitment to financial literacy. Within TD's value chain, the Money Matters program is part of the responsible banking theme, as well as the Strengthen Our Communities theme. We particularly focus on how TD Bank is doing when compared to its primary competitors. TD Bank launched Money Matters in 2011 and then provided an additional infusion of cash in 2014. The program originally focused on traditional financial literacy communities. In 2015, the program expanded to include a focus on immigrants. In 2016, TD Bank piloted a program focused on the Aboriginal communities or Indigenous populations of Canada. All three of the banks share these same three focus audiences. Where TD Bank stands apart is in its primary partnerships for financial literacy efforts. Partnering with credible institutions with good reputations can help with both strategy and a reputation for authentic communication. TD Bank partners with ABC Life Literacy Canada, a nonprofit organization that inspires Canadians to increase their literacy skills. ABC focuses completely on literacy efforts for Canadian adults, lending instant credibility to coordinated efforts. As important as a CSR partner is, the way each organization communicates its efforts to stakeholders is equally significant. TD Bank's CSR strategies closely align with the company's business strategy, to place customers, employees, and communities at the center of everything. This business strategy or theme is crucial to their success in communicating CSR efforts, because they not only recognize the various stakeholders they must communicate to, but that each requires their own unique strategy. In order to effectively reach and influence different audiences, an organization must segment them and identify what methods and messages will be most effective. Shareholders may want to hear about the efforts in reference to costs and returns, while customers may be more interested in communications focused on statistics related to the number of people helped by Money Matters. TD Bank does well to customize their website messaging to different target audiences, but there are some web issues the organization can look into improving. The first opportunity we see for Money Matters is around the overall branding and thematic messaging. As you can see from the images on this slide, there's a significant disconnect between TD Bank's branding and that of the Money Matters website. According to DeSantis Brindle, a leading B2B branding company that focuses on financial services, the closer the connection between a company's CSR activities and its underlying business, the more appropriate it is to link the two in brand marketing activities. In this case, it would be beneficial for ABC and TD Bank to work on some cross-site branding, where each website includes more imagery and mention of its partner, or to have Money Matters links on both sites jump to a third blended site created through collaboration. It seems that TD Bank is doing a better job of linking the Indigenous Peoples Money Matters program to larger corporate business strategies, including serving customers, impacting the community, and recruiting for talented employees. To enhance their already successful engagement with Indigenous peoples, a tactic for TD Bank to consider is offering internet-based financial literacy with the potential for in-person follow-up. For adult learners, and especially for Indigenous peoples who might live in more remote areas of the country, this could be a convenient and effective option. In fact, social information processing theory suggests that parties who meet online can develop relationships just as close as those formed face-to-face, though it takes longer. It also has the potential of extending the reach of TD Bank's employee volunteers without additional expenses for travel. It can provide services at a greater range without incurring costs. According to Cone Communications Report, not only do fewer than a quarter of global citizens read traditional CSR reports, but people are getting information from multiple channels and increasingly expecting to have direct dialogue with companies through social media. Companies should see social media as a primary channel for communicating authentic CSR wins. TD Bank's social media efforts are significantly less effective around Money Matters than posts from their partner organizations. TD Bank's social media posts are more informational in nature when they should be focused on storytelling. Through social media, an organization can illustrate the complete arc of a CSR effort, from initial planning through successful execution. The approach should be as if the organization is having an ongoing conversation, because social media is not a platform for announcements, but two-way communication. Pictures and videos of real people being helped show stakeholders what TD Bank is doing, as it's doing it, and allows them to be part of it. These posts are also powerful because they engage special interest groups who share and help educate, making the public more likely to adopt the idea that TD is an expert in promoting financial literacy. Agenda setting and framing theories support this outreach strategy. TD Bank could also look to enhance its efforts with Money Matters through some small adjustments to extend the reach of the program. Digital advertisements for the program can be tailored to the online or offline behavior of site users. Social media advertisements or postings on certain page groups can be chosen based on identified interests or geographic location to increase the likelihood of reaching target audiences. Tools to help refine audiences in these ways are available through many websites, social media add-ons, and advertising agencies. The organization can also extend its reach by producing media in French and engaging French media when appropriate to the communication goal. Approximately 7.3 million Canadians, or 22% of the population, are French-speaking. This is a significant portion of the financial market. TD Bank is doing an outstanding job of providing performance indicators for the Money Matter program. Stakeholders can see dollars spent and actual outcomes like the number of questions answered. But there are still other performance indicators that can help show growth in the program from different perspectives as it moves forward. To evaluate implemented tactics like the ones suggested in this presentation, the results must be specific and measurable. Examples of measurable indicators include an increase in the number of employees volunteering, an increase in the number of people enrolled, an increase in the number of NGOs engaged, additional earned media with positive sentiment, and continuing to meet financial literacy goals as listed in the CSR report. While TD Bank is doing so many things right with its overall CSR strategy and the Money Matters program, we feel there are some simple but effective ways it could see significant improvement for the future. Using the previously mentioned performance indicators to guide the program, TD Bank can achieve success through increased engagement by all stakeholders, strengthening its reputation in the industry and among special interests, and remaining consistent in its recognition as a leader in CSR. Thank you for your time, and we hope this has been helpful in setting the groundwork for improving processes in the TD Bank CSR overall strategy.